Everyone, it's James and welcome to another Warframe video. Today I'm going to tell you my thoughts on the Cestra. So like today's earlier video where I went over the Toncore, it's going to be something similar. I'm gonna go over stats and my build and how I feel about the weapon personally. Go over likes and dislikes and stuff like that. Again, I am on that time crunch, so I'm gonna see how many of these I can get out before I have to leave for the summer. So let's get right into the video. Oh yeah, and again, if you have any suggestions on weapons or warframes you want me to look at, I might be able to get to them before I leave, or maybe during the weekends after I'm like hung up during the summer. Either way, leave a comment if you have any suggestions. So the Cestra is a secondary weapon. It's a machine pistol, and one of the most unique things about it is the fact that it gains fire rate over time as you shoot it. So here are its base stats. It's got some pretty surprisingly low accuracy. I feel like I haven't looked at some of these stats. Like when I go to do this, I feel like I haven't looked at these stats sometimes because I didn't notice that this had such low accuracy. It has a very low crit chance and very low crit damage, very high base fire rate. Like I said, gets faster over time. I don't know for sure if that's the fire rate that it gets to after it spools up, or if that's what it starts at and then gets to something else. It has a 60 bullet magazine, which is pretty large. It's alarming, so it'll aggro enemies that are near you. Reload speed is 2 seconds, which unlike the Toncore that only had 2 bullets, this reload speed is pretty decent for the magazine size, so that's pretty cool. Has a very low status chance. Is automatic, like I said, so it'll fire like a machine gun. Has 5 impact damage base and 20 puncture damage, and no slash damage at all, so not very useful against fleshy targets. And then this is the build I'm running on it. It doesn't have any polarities, so this is what I could do with it for now. I have a maxed out barrel diffusion for multi-shot. I have Ice Storm just for a little bit more magazine capacity and some cold damage, just cause. Hornet Strike for more damage, and Pistol Ammutation for a reason that you will see soon, but I'm sure you can already assume why that mod is there. And I'll start going over some of my likes and dislikes with the weapon, starting with my likes. It actually it has a pretty high fire rate just base, which is nice. So you can get a lot of damage very quickly with it, especially if you get some headshots. That's pretty nice. So yeah, it does decent damage anyway, which is cool. Pretty useful there. So like I'm doing a mission on Uranus right now, and it's able to kill some of the enemies relatively quickly with not too much effort. It has a pretty large magazine. I have it buffed a bit, so it's at 66, but its base is 60. And it has, again, compared to how many bullets it gives you back, it has a decent reload speed. 2 seconds is not that bad for 66 bullets. Or 60 if it was just base. And I say decent damage, I do have multi-shot and serration on this, so just keep that in mind. Or not serration, that's for rifles. I have multi-shot and Hornet Strike on it, so just keep that in mind when you're looking at the stats. So I guess this could be a tad bit misleading, but with these mods on it, it's not absolutely terrible. So base, it's probably not going to get you the same results. And then neutral point, like I mentioned earlier, it takes a little bit of time to reach its full fire rate, so there's that. Keep that in mind too when you're not going to do your maximum amount of damage immediately. And then going right into dislikes, probably pretty good time to start that, considering it has a large magazine and it has a decent reload speed for the magazine, but it has a very low maximum ammo capacity. So you'll end up running out of ammo relatively quickly. I was doing a survival mission, and I had max ammo. Didn't shoot a bullet until the very first enemy spawned, and even with my unranked ammo mutation, I was out of ammo in about 2.5 to 3 minutes. It was empty. So keep that in mind. You could obviously buff it with mods, but I don't know. Do whatever you want to with that. And I don't know if you noticed, I may have even gotten a little bit better controlling it, but so not only is it not very accurate, it has like a 33% like accuracy, so that's not great. But the recoil when it's fully wound up and firing at its max speed is not all that great. It kicks pretty hard sometimes, and that can cause your accuracy to be even worse. Or in fact, that might be a part of how the accuracy is bad, is it kicks really hard when you're firing. On top of all those things, a lot of big magazine size, but not a lot of ammo, decent fire rate. It doesn't have any polarity slots, like I said earlier when I was showing off the mods. So, I mean, if you really want to take this weapon to its highest potential, either mod a little bit with care, I guess, in the beginning, or just go all out and put Forma and a Runeroken Catalyst on it, so you can get as much usefulness as you can out of it. Although with some of these base stats, I'm not really sure what type of build you want to go with. I'm pretty sure crit or status builds tend to be superior to just raw damage, but I don't know that for a fact, so don't quote me on that. And this weapon doesn't have a good, like, it doesn't have high status chance or high crit, so I think you're kind of limited on your options, but you can do whatever you want with it. Play around with it if you want to. It's all dependent on how you want to build it. So I, for one, am not really thrilled with this weapon. I'm probably going to sell it for credits to save space, because I don't really see myself using it too much more. It was nice for the mastery, I guess, but other than that, I don't really care too much about it. I'll go over my likes and dislikes again, just so we can wrap this up. So what I like about the Cestra, it has a high fire rate once it spools up, which is nice. It does decent damage with the mods that I have on it. The multi-shot and the extra damage is cool. It has a large magazine, so you have a lot of shots to work with. And it has a decent reload speed in terms of how many bullets it gives you back. Neutral point, again, takes a second or so to attain the max fire rate, so you're going to have to wait a little bit to get your maximum damage out of that. My dislikes, it's not super accurate and has a really high recoil, so it can be kind of hard to control if you're not used to it. You burn through ammo incredibly quickly. If you're only using the Cestra, you burn through ammo really quickly, but I guess if you're kind of alternating between the Cestra and maybe a primary, then maybe you'll be fine for longer. And it has no polarities, so if you want to mod it to its highest capability, either Forma or Roken Catalyst it. On top of that, in terms of build variety, I don't foresee anything too complicated, because it has a really low base status and base crit chance. So I don't really know what you could do with it. I think you'll probably have to put in a slot for ammo mutation, just to get the most out of it, but maybe you could just use a carrier for that. I don't know. I don't have one, so I can't really say for that. So that is the Cestra. Thank you guys for watching. I tried to keep this short, but it may have gone a little bit longer than I intended, but that's fine. If you have any suggestions for weapons or warframes, for formatting, whatever you want to see, just leave a comment, and I will try to comply. Sorry there wasn't enough Nitane extract in the last video, but maybe we'll get more eventually. So thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later. Bye.